Hello and welcome to another episode of The Weekend Geeks, and I'm live this time. This is not a fake video. It's not a recorded. I'm actually live in Dallas, Texas for the series finale of Star Trek Picard. As you can see, it's going to be an IMAX, and it should be pretty awesome. Now, a few weeks ago, CBS Paramount announced that they would show this in a few select cities across America, and when the time for those tickets went on sale, it was complimentary tickets, 2 people. The site crashed multiple times. It took an hour for me to get in there and grab a ticket. So I'm very excited to be here in Dallas to watch this at the AMC in North Dallas. So I want to tell you, if you're watching this, I have one more ticket left with me as part of my group. So if you want to watch it and you know me or you don't know me and you can find me, you can join me in the movie since I have an extra person available. Oh, that's pretty cool. How cool was it to see the Enterprise D come on screen one last time? Whenever they revealed that, we kind of all had a suspicion that we would see it. In July at San Diego Comic-Con, Patrick Stewart actually spoiled the fact that in the old days they had carpet on the bridge, and he had forgotten about that. So he kind of had a notion that they were going to go back to some of those old bridges. Thought we would get to see some more, but it's just good to see the Enterprise D. Where did all this come from? Well, in 2019, Patrick Stewart walked on a stage at Creation Star Trek Las Vegas Convention and uttered the words, "Jean-Luc is back." And it broke the internet. Whenever he announced that he was going to return to the iconic character of Jean-Luc Picard, everyone went ballistic because he was going back on something he said he wouldn't return to. He thought that he was done telling the story behind Captain Picard and everything that was involved with that character. He said the main reason for returning was, well, the fans. The fans made him feel important, and it was so good just to hear him say that. Now, I was there at the convention, and it was just awesome to hear him say that, but then getting to see him backstage and just how excited he was and how excited Alex Kurtzman, the current Gene Roddenberry, if you would call him, of the franchise. I don't know what Gene Roddenberry would have said about what's going on here. Star Trek has evolved into something that's pretty awesome, that all started with Star Trek Discovery. And we can give a lot of that, a lot of favor to the 2009 movie, which started the era of new Trek and telling with some new, fresh blood. If you recall, back whenever they were filming Star Trek Deep Space Nine, there was a bust of Gene Roddenberry on the table. And Berman and the rest of the people always said, what would Gene do? Well, what would Gene do in this kind of situation? Well, he would probably say that he didn't like the strife between the characters, but we had to move on from the utopian storytelling to be able to really understand our character and really understand what's going on. It's been a great ride. These 3 years, which started a little flaky. Season 2 was incredible, and Season 3 there's a meme of Vince McMahon of WWF whenever he's showing his eyes and they get really excited. Well, that's exactly what happened in Season 1, 2, and 3. People go back and say, why the Borg? Why Data? Well, Picard has always had stories that are centered around his relationship with Data and his trauma that he suffered with Locutus, being Locutus and being the Borg. So it's too fitting to go back and relive some of those stories and elements, and I'm really hopeful what's going to happen with this series, what we will see at the end. We're hoping tonight we're going to get a announcement about Star Trek Legacy. Terry Matalas has been very vocal about doing that with Captain Liam and the rest of 7 of 9 and some of those characters. At the same time, this is the, send-off to pre-streaming Star Trek, and what better way to do it than that? Well, I hope you've enjoyed this live video. It's great to be here. I thought I was going to be the first one. There is already a group. There's about 30 people in line already, in the unofficial line. And because everybody it's not guaranteed where you'll sit. It's not even guaranteed that you can get in. So we're hopeful, and we know that we'll get in because we're first in line. Anyway, on that set of unfortunate news, it's time for me to end. We're going to be back with a full recap of this, my thoughts on the entire series of Picard, and maybe even some announcements. We'll see. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Good night.